Welcome into Studio 2, the home of the Extra Point. Today's March Madness show is filled with interviews and bold picks for the upcoming conference tournaments. Thanks, Cole. The men's basketball team has seen more success this season than our women's team, mainly due to one team completely dominating Conference USA. Corinna, obviously we're talking about MTSU. 100%. Wheeler is a big part of that. Second in the conference is FIU. Now, the record's 19-9, and this may not seem super impressive, but you got to think where they were just 4 years ago. When Burks Wiley inherited this team, they had only won 6 games the entire season back in 2020, so they've had quite the improvement since then. Yes, and fourth in the conference is La Tech. They're 7-8, and while that doesn't sound super impressive, what I want you to look at is that loss to MTSU that was within 3 points. They're the only team that's lost to MTSU within 10 points on the entire season. Obviously, we've already been talking so much about how much MTSU's been dominating, and I think if you're able to show that you can hold close to them, that says something about your fight as a team. Yeah. They're being led by Anna Laura Robertson. She's been on this team for 5 years. She's a veteran for them at this point. What's really impressive about her is her field goal percentage is over 50%, so she's someone you got to guard tight. Yeah. And now reporter Ryan Murphy talked with head coach Greg Collins about how he climbed the ranks to become the 11th coach in Lady Topper history. And we caught up with the only undefeated team on campus, learned their secret to success. Collegiate athletics are hard no matter the sport, but WKU's esports team is making headlines as their undefeated season continues. Well, no one expected this to happen. Bowling Green beat Franklin Simpson. They were undefeated in the region for the entire year. And Bowling Green ended up winning that game 52-39. I think they kind of cracked the code of how to beat them, though. They were all over the paint, and they forced them to have to beat them from the outside, and their shots just weren't falling. But they wouldn't have been able to do it without Natalia Wardlow. She scored 18 points, and get this, she's only 5'1". Jeez. Crazy. I know. Well, I think your team streak's going to end. I've got Bowling Green. I think this is the time of the year where coaching becomes the most important, and I think they've got a super strong coach in Calvin Hebb. We're going to give you a closer look to him in just a few minutes. But this team is experienced. They've been here 7 years in a row. This means every player on this team has been here unless they've come from a different school. So I think they're ready. They know what it takes to win this game, and they want it. Again, like I was saying, they had a taste of it, and I'm sure they do not want to give that up now.
No, I'm sure.
We'll have to see how it all plays out. I'm super interested to watch that game. But after the Lady Purple's huge upset, reporter Will Gerber sat down with head coach Calvin Head to discuss how his team could complete a historic feat. That's right, Cole, and today we have a very special guest joining us to help break down the Conference USA tournament.
All right,
ready to make some picks?
Yeah.
Heard you're a famous bracketologist. All right, we're going to start off strong. This is the play-in game, so this is the 8 and the 9 seed. Who you got? FIU.
FIU, there we
FIU's
go.
playing Sam Houston. All right. Now, this would be a crazy upset. Sam Houston's the #1 seed on the men's side versus FIU. Are we going to keep the upsets going or go with the favorite? Sam Houston. All right, solid choice, pretty realistic. All right, MTSU 4 and 5, UTEP. Got the Miners.
I thought about that because that team down 100 miles. You can't pick that.
Yeah,
blue team,
we don't say that word around here.
No.
I mean, you don't say any words.
That's right. There we go.
We've picked that a lot around here.
Exactly.
Big Red's agreeing with us. We like it. Now we're in the Final Four. Sam Houston and UTEP. Do you really have a preference here? Or you just want Western to win? No. Yeah. What you got? Sam Houston.
Keep that 1 seed rolling.
All right, keep it going.
No, the championship
game.
We'll
give you these two.
We'll give you these two.
Flip them around or something? All right,
Western,
weigh in the options.
Weigh in the options. Oh! There we go.
Western for the win.
That is fantastic.
We
Big
love
Red,
it.
thank you so much
for joining us. And later, get ready for more bracketology as we prepare you for Huntsville. Welcome back to the Extra Point. Thanks for staying with us. We're now joined by President Timothy Caboni. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry we're inside and not outside, but a great opportunity to do another show for the spring sports. So excited to be here.
Wish you were able to control the weather around campus too. Is that in your presidential powers?
I can do a lot of things, but weather's not one of them.
Well,
you got to call White Squirrel Weather to do that.
All right, well, I'll have to talk to them after this. But something really exciting is that retention rates have continuously been climbing. You've talked a lot about how student engagement is a huge part of that. Can you talk about kind of how investing in athletics is that part of the puzzle in student engagement? And a new super exciting thing to kind of draw students out to the basketball game is this free meal from Coach Lutz. I know it's something me and my friends have looked forward to, and when I go to these games where there is this offering, the student section is packed all the way to the back wall.
Absolutely.
What have you been hearing feedback-wise about Coach Lutz and about this new initiative? Well, that would be incredible. I know that sounds super exciting. One thing that is also very exciting, and I know students are highly anticipate every single year, is that annual concert. I know it's typically been in October. Is this something we can expect again in October? Are you in talks with anybody yet? I know I'll be keeping my eye out for any new information on that. And with these new athletics facilities, can you kind of talk about how things are looking on that, as well as just what you've been hearing from not only athletes but also students? You talk about how this doesn't just benefit one group of people.
Right.
Well, I know us around here are really looking forward to that. So thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for all that new information. We'll keep our eyes out for any new information on the concerts. But Corinna, Hannah, what do you got for us? You got to pick MTSU, and it's simple math here. They average 75 points per game and only allow 51 points per game. That's an incredibly tough margin to overcome. Right, they still did lose that game, though, Corinna. Hannah, Cole, do you have any better picks? Look at us with La Tech right now.
Do you like it?
I know, you two got to get out of here.
As long as
what I
has
think,
something to prove.
Yeah, what I think you need to look for is they're playing MTSU again, or MTSU's playing La Tech again tomorrow. So, you know, if there is an upset in that game, which is incredibly unexpected at this point, but if there is, you know, La Tech would have a chance at the title.
Right.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports today. And as always,
it's up and it's good.